Right, so lesson 232, motor overload protection, disconnects and starters, and equipment grounding conductor. So again, we're going to size some more equipment here for our motors. This is a lot of really just referencing textbook, code book, some various tables. So I'm just going to walk us through those, just kind of point out where they are. Other than that, again, it's just really knowing to reference certain things here. And I'm going to spend most of the time here, we're going to talk about overload sizing and then starter sizing. So really what this all boils down to is we're going to have to reference Annex N in our IEC student manual. If you do that towards the back of the book, you're going to see a lot of tables. Here's some key ones for this chapter you need to be aware of. First is this guy, your NEMA size motor starters. You're going to see a lot of homework questions asking what size starter, what size NEMA size starter you're going to use. This is where you're going to come to determine that. You can see naturally we have a single phase section, then we have a three-phase section. Then we have some various voltages, and then these all represent the motor's nameplate horsepower. So in this case, it's as simple as finding your appropriate phasing, single or three-phase, finding your voltage, and then dropping down till you find your horsepower. And you come over here and find your NEMA size starter. This is kind of some new terminology I don't think we've really seen elsewhere. It's particular to our motor starters here. Okay, so the next one, they're going to ask you a lot about sizing the actual overloads, or sometimes called a heater. So a motor overload. Again, Annex N. And in this case, we're going to have some different tables depending on the manufacturer. And you can see here, this basically deals with your whatever size starter you ended up selecting, right? And then it's all going to kind of boil down to this heater code over here on the right. So that's how you're going to reference what model or what size heater or overload you're going to actually use. And you can see that was a Siemens table. This one here, I don't think it cop one. It did. This is for a Cutler hammer or a Westinghouse in this case. So again, it's really just a lot of reference, looking things up. Find that Annex D. Get a little familiar with that in these particular tables, and that'll take you a long way in this chapter.